are. So, um, for those of you on here that don't know, because most of this will be team that I will see coming on here, but for those of you that jump on that don't know, this is Lauren, our amazing listing coordinator. That, like I was just saying, for some of you that just are getting on, I have not gone into the MLS backend for over 5 years. Thank you, Lauren.
You're
She
welcome.
does all that stuff for us. So we're going to go through like the process too of like how it gets from when I say, hey, I've got a listing to what is our next step for me as the agent. So, Lauren, I'll let you take it away.
Awesome. Hi,
Yeah,
everyone. Those that I haven't met yet, I'm Lauren.
no
So
worries.
I'm actually in Portland, Oregon. I've been here a little over 2 years. Used to be in San Diego, but the sun was getting to me, so I decided to move away from the sun into the gray. Just um, but anyways,
So that is something to note though. Our listing coordinator is not here in San Diego.
yeah,
She lives in another state and we've made this all work great. So
remotely, yeah.
just FYI. Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I have some slides for you guys, so I will share my screen. Let me share it. Okay. And then let me move my little bar and we'll go to present. Full screen. Okay. Can you guys all see this okay, legibly?
Yes.
Just want to make sure. Okay. Awesome. All right. So this is Listings with Lauren. Hello, everyone, again. So the agenda for today, I'm going to go over kind of our listing process, just the steps in a nutshell, our listing agreement template in zip forms, and then to wrap it up, I'm going to go over our list a home form live with you guys. So getting right into it, this in a nutshell is our listing process. So the steps don't always go in this order, except the contract stage. The first thing of business is to fill out, excuse me, the list a home form. So I come into play when your sellers are like, great, let's do this. I have a home I want to list. Let's get it on the market. That's where I come involved in. So the first line of business is to fill out the list a home form, and that spits into all of our systems everywhere and, lets everyone know you have a listing coming up. The next step, I will draft the listing agreement and send out to you and your sellers to sign. Some agents like to do that themselves, which is no problem. If that's the case and you already have a signed listing agreement, just send it over to me so I can file it for you guys and cross-reference, make sure we have everything, all lined up. Once I have a signed listing agreement, then I will sign the agreement signed form, which is in Follow Up Boss, and that spits out to CSU. So that gets the system into CSU. And then we create the file in Reason, Glide, get the disclosures out. And then if you choose so on the list of home form, I will send out an intro email, which includes our MLS form and some seller tips and tricks for them to bookmark and reference, helpful tips throughout the process. For the prep stage, this stage definitely is not in a specific order. The prep stage is kind of chaos. The sellers are getting ready, we're getting ready, you as the listing agent are getting ready, and that can even involve repairs, cosmetic work, painting, new countertops, things like that is all done during the prep stage. And some of the stuff that we do behind the scenes is we'll send out the MLS form to either you or your seller to fill out. So we have all the information for our MLS input. We'll send out the disclosures. They're not due, right when we send them out, but we like to send them ahead of time just to, get prepared for when we do go into escrow. We can coordinate termite inspections if you need. We can help with cleaning, staging, and photo shoots. So depending on what your prep work needs for your listing, we can help arrange. The coming soon stage. Coming soon is optional, so you don't have to put a coming soon in. Some agents love it, some agents don't. For the coming soon, the only thing we need to know is it'll be up for coming soon max 21 days. So anything over 21 days has to either go in active status or hold status. So just make sure if you're doing a coming soon, if you kind of know the house will be ready, like if it's still being painted and you don't really know if there are going to be delays or whatnot. Just keep that in mind for the max 21 days for the coming soon.
So Lauren, so just to kind of go a little deeper on that, so we have to have at least one photo. Doesn't have to be professional or anything, but you need one photo. And the coming soon is basically like a listing. Like it's like pretty much everything's there. Like you have to have the MLS form and things like that back, right? In order
Yeah.
to do it.
So yeah, exactly. Thank you. So the
Yeah.
coming soon is pretty much like a soft launch. We
Yeah.
need all the
Soft launch.
information for the MLS. You don't need to have a description, but we kind of like to have something, in there, at least a teaser, just to, get people ready for it. And then yes, just one picture. It just needs to be an exterior picture. And it doesn't have to be professional. It could be taken on your cell phone. You can send it to me. I can try to edit as best I can. But as long as we have, at least one photo in there, we're good to go. And then showing time, I'll get the showing time instructions ready to go for when we activate. If you're not using showing time, this won't apply. Somewhere along the coming soon, we'll order the team sign. If you're not doing a coming soon, or if you have an SOI listing, you can order your own sign. And if you're not doing coming soon, the team sign will go up when we activate it, or at least 2 days before we activate it, because we can't have a sign up unless we go on the market within 2 days. Just something to keep in mind. And then open houses will help coordinate coverage for open houses if you guys need it. So just keep me posted on, days, times, and I'll announce it on Slack like you guys have, I'm sure, seen.
So yeah, just to be clear too, it's easier if Lauren does the open house announcements. I think we've all been pretty good about it. I think there's maybe been a few agents in the past that would post like, "Hey, I've got an open house." Lauren, would you say it's easier to just have them go through you to keep you in the loop with it? Because you have to also put it on the MLS, right? That there's an open house and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
unless if some agents I know they're like super independent and on top of their stuff, which is totally fine. If you already have coverage and you already put it in the MLS, just kind of give me a heads up and let me know. So that way I'm not bugging you and asking you when it comes time to do the open house list. So yeah. All right, going live. So I will send you guys a proof. Also going live as a coming soon too. I'll send you guys a proof of the MLS and everything to review. You can send to your sellers. You can have me send to your sellers if you want them to review before we go in. So I'll make sure you guys can review everything and take a look. Let me know if you need any changes before we actually go live or before we go in the coming soon. Once we're ready to activate, I'll activate and then I'll announce it on Slack. And then our marketing team will get the posts, the social media posts all ready for you guys. And they'll announce that on Slack too. So you guys can kind of copy and paste and post yourselves. And then the offer stage. So I can help type up counter offers if you guys need. All the offers will come to you either via email, or we have the Cognito link, which they'll still get emailed to you. And then, so you'll go over all the offers with your sellers. And then if you need any counter offer help, just send any notes to me and I can help draft and send out counter offers for signatures. Once you guys have an accepted offer, you fill out the pending form, and then I will mark, sorry, there's air in my mouth. I will mark the MLS pending, and then the fabulous TCs will take over and open escrow from there. So in a nutshell, this is our listing process and the stages and the steps that go with it. Do you guys have any questions on all of this?
Yeah. I think some of you on here have obviously worked with Lauren. So like Rich, Bo, trying to just see some people that have had listings. Renee,
Christian,
uh,
Josh, Gary.
Jody. Yeah. So anyways, a lot of you on here have worked with yeah, she's the best, makes things super easy. Have you guys run into any roadblocks? Like if there's ever anything that you need us to like go a little deeper on or whatever, I just want you guys to know we're always open to your input and your feedback and how to always improve it. But yeah, and then for anybody out there that is not on the team, that I think we have a few people watching, do you guys have any questions on this for us on how we roll this? No,
And
just observation mode.
Yeah, I'm just
I
kind of
do.
observing, but it seems like, Lauren, do you kind of work with the client as well? I mean, it seems like that, or like, is there anything else that I guess you guys do more on like on the back end, I guess, and I know we're probably getting to like when listings live. Um, but more like showing them, what the stats are looking like. What you guys are doing for marketing and things like that?
so I don't do any of that. I mean, I can help if you guys need to figure out how many showings you guys have had or feedback, that type of stuff. But as far as stats, it's mostly on like the list agent.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then this next slide is basically all of this simplified for kind of like this from the seller's point of view. So if this was a little daunting and confusing, this is a simplified, kind of the stages that we go through. So prep stage, you have the seller signing the listing agreement. They'll complete the MLS form. We'll do some prep work, house cleaning or staging, and then we'll have the photo shoot. Oh, Feely, go ahead. Sorry.
Hi, it's Kelly. Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
curious. For the SOIs, what does the team cover? Like, I know pictures doesn't cover, I believe, sign is covered, so just kind of, what does it cover, basically?
Oh, as far as what the team or Siri covers. For
Yes.
SOI, so for team listings, Siri will cover the photo shoot. SOI, you're responsible for your own photo shoot and media. If you want to use a team sign for your SOI, we can cover the team sign for you. And then as far as all the help, the background help, everything is the same, as far as my MLS photo shoot, termite coordinating, all of that stuff is the same as far as SOI goes.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, and Lauren shoots out an email. So when you fill out that form, then I think it triggers you, Lauren, and then you send an email out that has a link to all the vendors. Is that right?
Yes, with
Yeah.
yeah.
And you may go into that later. I'm not quite sure, but like you'll get
Yeah,
a list. Yeah.
Yeah, when we go into the list a home form, I'll kind of show you guys like the nitty-gritty of all
Yeah.
that. Get into that. Real quick, this is just our listing agreement template in zip forms. I know some of you guys like to do your own listing agreement, which is totally fine. Just wanted to let you know we do have a new document from Real that we have to use in our listing agreements now. It's called the Listing Agent Commission Disclosure Form. I'll show you that next. But this is what our listing agreement template looks like. So if you guys, I'll always get these signed and checked for you, but if you're going to do the listing agreement yourself, at least if you can do these four: the RLA, our new listing agent commission disclosure, the disclosure information advisory, and the market condition advisory. If you guys can just include these four at least, that would be great. If not, like I said, I'll go back and get them when I get the disclosures. But just to give you an idea, this is our new disclosure. It's not a car form, it's from Real, and it basically just breaks down what you sign in the listing agreement. So this, I would put the total commission, so let's say 5%, and it's 2.5 split to both ends. So we would just write that here. Does anyone have questions on this new form? Okay, so I'll include those in our listing agreements for you guys.
See, that's the nice part is Lauren stays up on a lot of this disclosure. I mean, you guys be aware, but she's filling this stuff out for you guys. So yeah. Cool benefit.
And then if you guys just are curious, the additional listing docs, this is what this looks like here. So essentially, these are all the other disclosures that I get signed up front. Might seem a little daunting, but most of them are all just signatures, and we just kind of like to get them all signed ahead of time. So when they go to fill out their disclosures in Glide, it's not so much that, they have to sign.
So one of the things, speaking on that, so just be aware and make sure that your client knows that Lauren's going to be sending over a lot of documents. It's not just the the listing agreement. It's a lot of documents because we want to capture all that stuff up front. So it can be, like she said, a little overwhelming. So just be sure to prepare them for that.
Yeah, and I'll always title the DocuSign when I send it as listing agreement package. So you kind of know there's more than just the RLA in it, a lot more of these. And they're just all standard disclosures that we'll need when we sign the disclosures. But yeah, you can just let them know that we get them up front.
Jody had a question. She
Oh.
said on offers with SOI, you do not need, or you do not send over offers to the listing agent, correct?
On offers with SOI, do not.
You do not.
Over.
Yeah, Lauren, you don't just automatically send over, I
Oh,
think, on
no.
anything.
No,
the-
yeah. So on the offers, like unless you guys tell me to send an offer to the seller, I won't do anything with the offers.
Is that
yeah.
what you meant, Jody, though? Are you saying as in you, the listing agent, like the offers, regardless if it's an SOI or team, will come to you? Was that your question? I just want to make sure I'm clear on the question.
Yes, I think she said
Yes.
yeah.
So
Jody-
offers will come in and they'll go to you as the agent. Do we send that anywhere else? No, that would be on the agent to then take over with those offers for
Yeah.
whatever you guys decide to do. It doesn't matter, team or SOI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into the list of home form. First of all, where can we find the list of home form? It should be in your client's follow-up boss. Sometimes the link always, doesn't always populate. So if you can't find it in your client's follow-up boss, heyserri.com under the section with all the Cognito forms, and on Slack under the Let's List a Home channel and the Listings channel. You can also find it there. And this little QR code should work too. Thank you, Keely, for helping me with that. Okay, so now I will take you guys to the list of home form. Can everyone see this okay? Is it large enough or do you want me to enlarge it more?
You're good. I can see it if you guys are good.
Okay, cool. So this is the list of home form. Obviously your information goes here. If you're co-listing with anyone, you can just put yes and their information here. Property address will go here. Seller info, if you know if it's in a trust or an entity, if you say yes, this will pop up here. Don't worry about it if you don't know the name of the trust or the entity. I'll always double check that and cross-reference for you guys. Same with the signers. If you put one signer and I see that there's two, on tax or on the prelim, I'll double check with you. We might have a situation where one of the sellers passed away recently. So I'll always double check for you guys, just as a little, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, moving on. Signers. So you'll just put their name, email, phone numbers for how many signers you have. These two questions about the client are regarding CSU. So these are for CSU prompts if you've already had them as a past client before, if they've closed before, or if you currently have another transaction. We have a question here because lately we've had some off-market properties. So we made this kind of easier. If you are doing an off-market property and you hit yes, there'll be less questions for you guys to deal with in the end. Team or SOI listing. So SOI, you'll just have a little splurb of how do you meet this SOI client. And then a team listing will have a drop down for the source. And this should be the same as, in follow-up boss, all the other good spots. This section is the listing and property info. This seller's mortgage balance, if you know it, and if you want to order a net sheet up front, there'll be an opportunity at the end of this form to order a net sheet. So if you know the mortgage balance and you want a net sheet ahead of time, just kind of prepare yourself before you fill this out. Question, what if we might be doing off market, but we're not sure yet? That's a good question, Brittany. You could probably check off market and then change it if need be. We can always talk about that later.
Okay, I apologize. I just submitted my listing yesterday, and I might be doing a deal with Paula, which is fantastic. So I'm sending her information right now, but I did check on market just in case her client isn't going to do a deal. So I just didn't know what to check. I apologize.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine in that situation. And then if you have, I haven't gotten to your new listing form yet, but there is sections where you can write down, you know, like waiting to hear if this buyer's, you know, coming through before we, yeah, Paula.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so do list price, contract length, so 3 months, 6 months. List side commission. So we're going to break down both sides, list side by side and total. We have this just to make sure that we're all adding up. We've had in the past some agents put, you know, 2% on both sides and the total commission's 5%. So just want to make sure everything lines up. TC doc archive fee, it's either seller or listing agent or split. Here's where you can add some commission notes. For example, if you, the listing agent, bring the buyer, the total commission to be reduced. Things of that nature. You can put any notes here and I'll add them in. Coming soon, optional. So yes or no. If you hit yes, this is just an estimated coming soon date. Same with an estimated launch date. These dates are not set in stone. They can change. Just keep me posted. But this is just so we get an idea of when we're going on market. Property type and occupancy, number of beds, baths, square feet. What type of lockbox are you guys using? If you have a combo box and you know the code, if you guys can enter it in down here in this other section, that would be great. If not, I'll just ask you later.
Might be good to have a prompt on there, Lauren, just to say if they ask that, like
Okay.
what that code is
Yeah.
required. Just a thought.
I know some of them don't, might not know, like they don't have the combo box yet, or they don't have the serial number yet, but
yeah, or maybe not required, but something that prompts for that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then you guys know for lock boxes, you have your own lock boxes, right? You guys know that, like there's no team lock boxes. There's only your lock boxes.
yeah, so every agent responsible for their own lock boxes, Century Lock, Combo, Supra,
Yeah.
that good stuff. For solar and HOA, you guys don't have to know this up front, but if you know there is solar and HOA, these questions are not required, but if you know the name of the company, and if the solar is leased or not, same with HOA, if you know the fee and the phone number. We ask these on the MLS form, so you don't have to know this when filling out. We'll double check it on the MLS form. Mellarus, if you know, you know, if you don't, I will check for you guys. Upgrades, this is to help write a description. So if you know, if the seller did any upgrades, write it here. Or if they're in the works, you know, any repairs getting done, just kind of write them here. If there's nothing, you can write NA. Open house section, either yes, still hold an open house, ask the team, or no open houses. And then does the open house need to be scheduled? So we can either get it scheduled for you, or if you already have coverage, just write in like the specific dates here. And then this section gets to the questions of what you guys need help with. So all agents responsible for purchasing, installing, and removing their own lock boxes and for completing their own AVIDs. So first question for the list team is if you guys need help drafting the RLA, which is the listing agreement. So you can put yes or already done, or some people have it, you know, it's out for signatures. You can say out for signatures and just send it to me once you have it ready. Disclosures, we usually set up Glide, you know, once the listing agreement comes back. If you'd like to give me, or if you want me to give you notice beforehand, just select this, give me notice, and I'll arrange with you what day we can send the disclosures so you can give your sellers a more detailed heads up when those are coming in.
Question for you, Lauren. So the listing team will still do the RLA on your SOIs too.
Yeah.
I don't know if we marked team listing at the top and maybe the drop down changed.
So the only difference with The SOI, so it's still the same.
There. Okay. So it just
Yeah.
shows like that. Perfect. Okay.
I think the only one is the photo. Yeah, photo shoot. Listed.
Okay. So basically, when you guys hit that button at the top, it will be, so right now what she's going through is the team,
Mhm.
you know, and it looks like it's all pretty much the same except for, you know, like she said, the photo, but it will all change for you. So this is what you're seeing is the team listing. But I
Yeah.
want to make it clear that on your SOI, support is there for you too.
Yeah,
Should you
absolutely.
choose to use it, which I think you're crazy if you don't. Yeah, let Lauren do it.
Yeah.
I think it's preferred, but you know, we do give you a choice on your SOI.
Yeah, and I know some agents like to be more hands-on, and that's totally
Yeah.
fine. And we'll just always, make sure that all the disclosures you have are signed and nothing's missing. So then when you guys do go into escrow, all, your files nice and ready and tidy for the TCs when they take over.
Yeah. The goal is to leverage you guys. So, I mean, if you want to, you know, do what you feel is best, but remember, leverage is your friend. So,
MLS input. So if you want me to handle it, or if you prefer to do it yourself, sending the seller MLS form. Some agents like to fill that out versus the seller too. Just up to you. The seller MLS form is a little bit lengthy, but all questions should be pretty easy if they've lived in the property.
and I prep them on that too. Like I prep my sellers and I let them know all of this stuff is coming. So it's really important for you guys to understand this process, which is good that you're all here, you know, taking another deep look, but like I let them know that this stuff is coming so that they can look for it.
Yeah. And then on the MLS form, you can click, or I'm sorry, on the list of home form, you can click that MLS form to see what it, looks like. So this is kind of an example of it. And again, I'll cross-reference everything, make sure it lines up with like what the tax assessor shows. If, they put 4 bedrooms and tax shows 3, I'll just kind of dig a little deeper, ask some questions. But just know that you'll have a second set of eyes, when I'm putting in the MLS.
And the reason all this came about was I've had in the past, like at the beginning, where us as agents go in and we're making notes and we're doing all this stuff and they're telling us all this stuff about their house and we don't write something down right, or we don't write it down, or whatever it is. And then come time for description, we say there's how many of you guys have had, we say there's an AC, but there's no AC because we maybe hadn't gone back to the house or something like that. And then we're on the hook for this. So it's really important to prep them for this. And what I say is, you know what, I'm going to be taking some notes here today on your house. You're going to get this form. It's pretty detailed, but it's your chance to go in and talk about your house. Tell us all the great things, everything that you have in your house, like put it on that form. It's very important that you pay attention to that. And I don't think that's, I think, alleviated a lot, right, Lauren? Like and then they have to, I think, sign it at the end, put their name in, the sellers. So they can't go back and say you didn't or whatever. That's happened
I never
too.
said there was AC.
Yeah.
Right here and signed off that you did.
It's taken a lot, off. So
yeah,
it's important.
Yeah. All right, MLS description. These are just, again, I will do my due diligence and look up, previous properties as much as I can. But if there's no details on past listings and if I don't have the photos yet, kind of hard for me to, just make something up out of the air. So any help with features and highlights of the property, just write it here. It doesn't have to be organized. I will organize it, make it all pretty for you guys. For sale sign, you can have the standard team sign or a personal sign. For your SOI, team signs is, I believe, just team signs. For termite, we can order termite inspection from We Do Creepy, aka Home Guard Pest Control. Those inspections are free for our clients up front, and I'll coordinate with you when we want to, if you select to schedule. Showing instructions, just again, we'll ask this on the MLS form from the sellers, but if you kind of have an idea of showing instructions, just put them here. photo shoot, you can handle your own, or I can coordinate and set that up.
One thing, go back up, Lauren. So on the signs, we don't have this come up too much, but list team is not responsible for coordinating signs outside of San Diego Riverside County. So I just want to let you guys know, or maybe Lauren talk on that real fast, just because I know it
Yeah,
could come up.
so we use D signs for our sign post installation, and they'll do South Riverside, they'll do all of San Diego, and some parts of like Anaheim's and LA area. So if you have like, for example, I think we have some listings in Palm Springs. I don't believe D signs will go to that side of Riverside County because I think it's a little bit far out east, north, whatever it is. So I'll let you know if you do, want a team sign and they don't go into your area. I'll let you guys know. Same thing with termite. They'll do parts of South Riverside, not always, in every part, like Palm Desert. I'll have to ask if they go to that area.
For the non-team signs, if we were to get, our customized sign, we would have to go through the whole thing. We would have to call a sign company or even get a sign company and then set that all up on our own, right?
Yeah, I can help. I can give you like some pointers and emails and, the people to contact, but yeah, that would be.
So we have the templates for signs in the marketing suite for you guys. So you can just have your template made and then you can have Lauren, help as far as, okay, where do I go next or whatever.
Yeah,
So
there's a couple options
yeah.
for like ordering the signs. So yeah, once you have your template made and you're like, what do I do now? You can always contact me and I can give you either option to order from D signs or Oakley signs. And we have
Yeah, we'll give you direction on it, Philly, for sure. Like you guys, yeah. So just go in the marketing suite and you guys will see, and depending on what team you guys are on, what cap and team, if you're on the marketing branded team or not, will determine if you can do above and beyond the templates. So if you don't know, you can check with Liv on marketing if you don't know which sign applies to you. There'll be a few options in there for you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Cool. Okay, extras for media. We have a vendor list. We'll click on that, see what this looks like. So yeah, if you don't want me to coordinate your photo shoot, or if you just want to get to know the vendors yourself, we have our little media list of photographers. We have some virtual staging, some actual staging, with furniture. This is more of like handyman cleaning. Here's some signage information too. So essentially this would be the information that I'd send you about signages too, Felly. So yeah, that is also here on the list of home form. Marketing templates. Let's click on that and see. Oh yeah. So yeah, just like Serri was saying, these should be all the templates for mailers. Let me just check and see where the signs are. Oh, here we go, signs. So yeah, so they should be in there. See if we go back to the list of home. Didn't mean to snap out.
If you go into the marketing suite and the Hey Siri on the back end, that will be in there too. So like if you're not like at the point of the list of home, form, you can also just go into the marketing suite and find them too.
Perfect. And then offers and the submission link. So this is just if you want to handle all your offers or if you need any help typing up counter offers. And then if you want to use our offer link, the Cognito link, or if you want to have them emailed.
And we just added that offer link. Is everybody aware of that?
Yeah, it's a Cognito link, and it's pretty easy for buyer's agents to fill out. It just kind of summarizes the main terms of the offer. So when you receive it in your email, it'll just kind of show up with the main offer summary and then all the attachments that they said. So just kind of a cleaner way to be presented. And if you want to forward on to your sellers.
Serri, I know you use this a lot, the link. Have you heard good feedback or any feedback from the agents?
From the agents?
Yeah,
Like,
like when they're submitting
or-
the offer.
Oh, I haven't had any issues with it. I think we've made it. I mean, I know as a buyer's agent, you're like, oh goodness, one more thing. Like I've got to use this portal to submit the offer. But if we've made it really simple for them to just plug it in there, right, Lauren? I don't know if you have that on here, what it looks like, but we've made it really simple. I haven't had any feedback otherwise. Have you, Lauren? Have you seen anything?
No, I mean, I know when we started this in kind of like the height of COVID and
COVID. Yeah.
pandemic, yeah, when we were getting multiple offers. But no, I haven't really had any complaints on it. It's fairly easy. Let me pull it up here. I'm trying to pull it up for you guys. Yeah, it's just a few questions they answered, summarizing it.
I was just curious. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
I put the link in the chat too, Lauren.
Oh, perfect.
Justin just
so-
said he's going to do team signs, but just add a large QR code, which I think that's cool too. You know, obviously QR codes have changed a lot. So you can, you know, Justin, you're on the marketing team, so you're like a little more sky's the limit on stuff. So, you know, that's a good idea too.
And then this is just quickly just the offer submission form. So this is what the agents fill out, their info, last name of buyer, and then their offer terms, price, financing type, the initial deposit, close of escrow, if it's contingent or not, contingency periods, if they're asking for termite clearance, closing costs, home warranty, appliances, primary residence or not. So that's pretty much it. And then we have fields, you know, for them to upload the RPA, proof of funds, pre-approval, all that stuff. So let me
Yeah.
know if you guys do get any complaints. I mean, it shouldn't be, but again. You know,
Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't had
could-
anybody. I have had some agents not follow directions, you know, and we have to go back and just say, you know, hey, can you fill that out? Because what happens too is it's good for our records because we really should be recording offers that are coming in just for a compliance factor too. For brokerage level, you should have that recorded somewhere beyond just your emails. And so it creates on the back end, it creates a Kaylee, help me, like more of a spreadsheet style on the back end that we can store those things too. So entries, yeah, those all get stored back here for those things. Yeah. So typically we'll go back and we'll, even if they just email it over and don't follow directions, we'll ask them to send it that way. And it hasn't been a problem.
sometimes too, they'll write like the wrong price, or they'll, you know, put in 10 days and their offer actually said 7. So sometimes they'll get a little, you know, carried away and they won't put the same terms that are on the actual RPA that they sent. That's the only, I guess, caveat to, we might just have to double check, like, hey,
Yeah.
your offer price is not the same as you put on
Yeah, double check what they're putting for sure. But it has been very helpful. And then we can send all those over to the sellers and they like to be able to see it easier.
Yeah, exactly. And then last section on the list of home is title and escrow. So we can order the prelim and the net sheet up front for you guys. And to do that, you just say yes. And then if you're using our preferred home light title, or if you're putting in someone else, you will put their name, company, email, and then why you're choosing to work with them. And then same thing with the net sheet on escrow side. If you want the net sheet ordered up front, and then you'll select either our preferred all set escrow or someone else. And again, you'll write their contact info and why you're choosing them.
So what happens is, Keely, you're on here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When they hit the, when they hit something, then there's things that fire out. So either one of you guys, I didn't know if you wanted to speak maybe on that, just so they know what's next. By clicking a button, things happen.
Yes. So yeah. So if we're saying yes, please, we're ordering the preliminary report. If we're using Fosio, then he gets an email with all of our information requesting the prelim. Same thing with the net sheet. Erica will get all the information she needs for the net sheet. So the list price, that mortgage question that we saw earlier, and a couple more things. So these are automatic. If you say yes, then they'll get ordered automatically.
Yeah.
If you say no thanks, I'll order it myself, then they won't get ordered. So
Yeah. And that's only with our preferred, is that correct?
No,
Or is it with any?
if they select someone else and then fill in their contact info and they say, yes, please order it, it will still shoot off to their preferred.
Preferred. Okay.
that's why we ask for the email and all that good stuff, so we can still send it on off to them.
Good.
Yeah. And then lastly, you can attach, if you have a coming soon photo, if you already have the listing agreement, any other attachments like solar leases or anything you want me to have, send it my way. Notes here, anything else to know. And then just sign and submit, and then it comes to me. And then once it comes to me, I'll kind of get with you guys and say, hey, thanks. I'm working on yours. Next, I'll send your RLA out, and then we can discuss anything after that. So I know that was a lot. Does anyone have any
Can I just add on to that? Lauren's awesome on all that stuff. I would say, as someone that can be sloppy on paperwork, I would encourage everyone, if you want to push button and have it get listed right and make Lauren's life awesome, like do it completely and wholly. Like make it good for her too. That way, like she gets it done, doesn't have a ton of questions about it. But if you like half-ass it, you're gonna get a halfway result. So it's on. So make sure you do it.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those forms that even our elite agents, right, Justin, like this is one that we really need you guys to be filling out, and exactly that, like be focused on what you're getting to Lauren, because so many things then happen if you do this right. You do this right, it's a little work up front, and then so many things happen. And then leverage Lauren, leverage, the emails going out to different places. Yeah, put time into this one. Justin, I don't know how we can get this one off Elite's plate, but if you're ever coming up with a magic idea, let me know.
Just to add, it's so worth it to fill this form out, because if any of you haven't done a listing yet, when you do them, it's just always been my pet peeve when I'm putting in a listing in the MLS. I hate it. It's so archaic and it takes so long, and so it's like once I found out like Lauren does that, I'm like, wait, what? Like
to just do this as opposed to all that other stuff.
Yeah.
This
and
is a breeze.
Some of the past listings, I thought I did a pretty good description. I basically plagiarized from like 5 different past listings, and I add them all in together and like, oh, this one sounds pretty good. And then, but she just like steps it up. Like she'll use some of the stuff I put, but she will make it sound so much better.
Well, now Chat GPT is nice, because like I'll just take all the notes and kind of stick it in, and then sometimes they'll write me back a novel where I have to, edit it. And then I just kind of tweak it from there. But
I would tell you, here's why I would still say, and this is coming from me, so I know it's surprising, and I'll probably regret saying it, but on the elite side, for any agent, period, I think putting it in initially is good because it helps you understand your listing.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for you to sell your listing or sound competent when you call on the phone and they're like, does it have solar? You're like, it does. They're like, what's the payoff? You're like, so like, look it up, just do it yourself. And then you press submit, and then you have all the answers that you can answer and sell well. And when your client asks you a question, like you understand their listing. That's my thought so far.
Yeah.
And the other thing is she's awesome. I mean, you guys can take full advantage and just basically have her do almost pretty much everything. Or if you want to, and you want to be that somewhat semi to kind of do a little bit yourself, you basically have her do like the listing part, like get everything ready to go. And when offers come in, you can either have her just say, look, I want to handle all that, or she can put it all together for you and send it over. I've done both of them, and I'll tell you, it's pretty cool just to see how big of a difference it really truly is with her to help out. So definitely take advantage of it. Like Justin was saying, it's super clutch. It takes a lot off, and it allows you to get back out there and do what you do and try and sell and knock some more listings so she can continue to do what she does.
Yeah, well, some of our agents have come to us brand new, so you don't really know what you don't know, and that's okay. But there are some that have come from another side, like Justin, you came from another side where you didn't necessarily have the support. And I mean, I can just truly attest to how great this is to have this support and use the leverage of Lauren.
I mean, not
Yeah.
wanting to throw the word spoiled out there, but we're pretty freaking spoiled.
It's like magic. The first time Lauren did it, I was like, "What the? This is
Yeah.
part of my job I hate."
It's nice. Like Gary was saying, it is so time consuming, like all the stupid inputs, not stupid input stuff, but all of the input stuff. Yeah, it's a lot for agents to do, be sitting there.
It's stupid input to us. Yes, it
Yeah,
is
I was
stupid.
gonna say, no, it's stupid. It's just,
It's stupid dumb.
I always say I use up all my curse words on the forums, but then I'm good for the day.
Yeah.
Yep. Love our forms.
I know.
Hey y'all, I have a dumb question. But how do I look up the solar? Especially if the client doesn't know anything about it. That's what happened with Hermes. Serri, they didn't know, they didn't have the company. And I was like, wait, am I supposed to know how to look it up? Is there like a database or something to look up? Sorry guys, but I don't know.
I know. I don't know any like magic solar database. That would be
Okay.
amazing. But usually that information would come from your client, your seller. If they don't know,
The solar company should be able to give you a copy of the original like lease agreement or the.
Well, it sounds
purchase
like they
agreement.
did. Did they even know the company? They didn't know
No,
anything. I
and
think
that's the
that was
issue
just a
that's
bizarre
happening.
case.
Unless there's
That's
a
what's happening
label
right
on
now
like
with
the
buyers.
equipment or something, like don't they, I know not the actual panels, but like when they put it on the side of the house or whatever, maybe there's like a label of the company name. You can look it up that
You
way.
know,
I
you
think
guys,
title could actually look it up on what is
title
all the
and
UCC filing.
possibly even like the electric, they could call
Company,
like
yeah.
SDG. Yeah, and just call because all that stuff still has to be tapped in.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I'll look at that for them because I was over there yesterday and there's no signage or anything, and it's connected only to the hot water heater and the pool to heat the jacuzzi, and none of it's turning on, and nobody knows any of the information.
Is
to
this
get it
on
to work.
Hermes?
Yeah, and so then we
Oh my
called the
God.
number that they gave us, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have any service order." It looks like they went out there, but they actually didn't even follow through and do anything.
I
So
would
I'll
call
just-
paid off
SDG&E.
Okay.
SDG&E. Yeah. What was that,
Okay,
Justin?
thanks, guys.
It's paid off already. I'm taking it because you wouldn't be able to
Yes.
transfer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
you
like
probably
mine
get
is
the-
paid off, but they should still have record of who did it and when and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, I'll dig deeper. I just wanted to ask. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
actually,
you poor
have,
thing.
like the random, like
I know that.
rare happens on the
Super
transaction.
rare.
Cool. Well, that's pretty much all I had for you guys. Does anyone have any questions? Good to see all your faces.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, that's pretty much it. And we're almost at 11 anyway. So
Yeah. Off and
Heck yeah,
rolling.
Lauren, you're awesome.
Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah. Love Lauren.
guys,
Yeah.
yeah, let me know. And
Thank
then
you, guys.
Brittany, I don't know if you're still on. I will get to your new one shortly. Alrighty. So yeah, that's it.
Bye,
Awesome.
everyone.
Bye,
Thanks
guys.
for coming.
Bye.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.